Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Rimworld Alpha 17 with our jungle run. So, what are we going to be doing today? Well, Veronica and Time are already working on the new rooms as well. We do actually have a new member of the group as well, so I'm actually going to end up making a new room before the time is out. I do also want to make sure that the wind turbine as well is finished. It looks as though we've got enough to make the wind turbine, so we can have power. We don't really need power just yet until the electric stove is set up. Lights would be nice, of course, but yet again, they're not terribly important at this point in time. I'd rather just get the base established, get all of the stuff set up. We do actually need to set Veronica to have some new stuff, and I believe I said that I would do this in between episodes, and I've completely forgot. So, let's do it now. 8 on wardening. So you are now our new warden. I can knock you down to a 2, I guess. So you do growing first. You're also our researcher, 14 out of 20. So you know what, I might actually build a research bench today and make sure that we've got Veronica working on that, because that is amazing. We can get things done real quick with that. Microelectronics Basics, for example, allows us to set up comms consoles, because we do eventually want to have a stockpile area indoors. And I want to fill that in with the orbital trade beacons. And that's going to mean that I need to know how wide it is in order to perfectly make that room. Apologies for the burping. Right, so pretty much getting that going. Don't know where I want to put the research bench. I guess I maybe put it in here because this is only a temporary stockpile zone anyway. Eventually, I'm sure this will probably turn into something more akin to a production room. Bad temperature. Yeah, that's also another thing as well. We do need to set up coolers, which is another reason why getting the power is quite important to us here. We've almost done the buildings, but just not quite. Everybody should be fine as far as temperature is concerned. I don't think anybody's going to be having heat stroke, although it is quite warm during the day. It seems as though their resistance to heat is actually adequate. Let's see, maximum comfortable temperature, 32 degrees. I don't know if that's actually taking into account the clothing that they're wearing as well, because clothing is also quite important to that. For example, insulation versus the cold. There's no protection from the heat with any of that stuff, but you know, they'll be complaining that they're hot, but it won't be too much of an issue for us. Our dog got attacked. Yeah, you've got bruises. That's fine. Those will heal up in no time. As far as food's concerned, looks like we've got none. So what I'm actually going to do is order some berries to be harvested in the area. There are some survival meals up here, and indeed they are going to grab all of those, but still need more. So I'm just going to harvest all of these bushes for their berries, which is really good. And then if we get this wind turbine up and running, I can actually run a power line. I do eventually want to get this out the way, but until then, we'll run it across like so. Run the line up that way. And that should work at perfect efficiency as far as its position is concerned, because we have put growing zones and stuff like that in, so nothing's ever going to grow and block the wind turbine here, which is very good. Major break on Veronica. Ugly environment, naked, hot, awful bedroom. Feeling bad. Well, at least you've got a bedroom. Everybody else is in a bunk. In a barrack. Alright, let's make everybody else their beds. What's the quality on this paw? We don't have a decent constructor yet. Time is our best constructor. And even then, oh dear. No. It's just a cobra. So now we've actually set up our stove, we can now use that as intended. We should also get some dining chairs in here. Let's make 4 along the side there. Should be fine. And we can start making simple meals then, which is very good. In fact, what I will do is, since the current setup isn't really working for us just yet, I'm just going to make a stockpile there for meals, and damn it, stockpiles on there for meals. Clear all, critically important, take meals. So when they produce the meals, they'll just drop them in the dining area. And we'll start working on the fridge at some point as well. We do need to get ourselves a battery room as well, because the wind turbine can only work so much during the day when it goes out, and we're unable to cook, so we do need to fix that kind of thing. We will probably need another wind turbine as well when we finally get around to sorting everything out. Oh, I told you to do chunks forever. I have. Okay. We did say we wanted to do the walls out of whatever we're not using, which looks like limestone is that particular material. It might have actually been sandstone. Yeah, there's a little bit more sandstone. So I'm actually going to set a do until you have order and set it to 300 and pause at 50, something like that. That'll do. And then we want sandstone, do until we have, let's do a pause until satisfied, until we have 260. Unpause at 100 because we're going to build the walls out of this. So we'll need that material. I'm going to save the granite blocks for any structures that we want to make, and the sandstone for the walls. That way we're not actually eating into the same block type here. So this can sit around for construction for the time being. Okay. Lots of shoddy materials, but getting the skill up nonetheless. We got a normal chair. Nice. And we now have a place to relax socially, so hopefully that should help out. Tony's starving to death. Apparently nobody's doing any plant cutting. Plant cutting is now a priority 1 for everyone. Get your own food, guys. There we go. Get all those berries in here. Let's set a stockpile zone right there. Say critical clear all takes raw food. So they'll bring it back to next to the stove once they've eaten it all themselves anyway. Now we're down to minor breaks, so we've done something well. You guys no longer need these spots here. Actually, one of you does, doesn't it? Unless I go with my granite right now. Were these 8x8? They were. There we go. And furniture, double bed. Stick that in there. Should also go into orders and tell them to chop down all of the wood slightly outside the house and also in any rooms that might be there as well. So I'm pretty sure these guys don't want trees growing in their bedrooms. Not unless we put them there personally. Look at the speed on Veronica. So we'll have the next research level in no time at all, which is really nice to see. As far as food's concerned, we haven't plant cutted. in its entirety yet. I suppose everybody else has got something else to do, but except for Tony. But Tony's chopping down all those trees, which is also plant cutting. So that's all of them done now, so you should be going for the berries, and indeed she is. Alright, I was going to say I do hear a fire. I'm going to let that go, because I think it might start raining before that spreads too much. But I imagine our home zone, yeah, covers our fields for now, so it won't ever hit anything of ours. And the rain's here. Good. Problem solved. An escape pod. Wonderful. I'm actually going to extend out our home zone, and the reason I'm going to do this is because eventually all of this will be our base anyway, so I might as well do it now, just in case fires start, that we then have to go and put out. There we go. Right, let's have a look at this escape pod, shall we? Shion. Another female. This is... I swear, guys, I've not done anything... Oh my god. Chemically interested wimp who is trigger happy and incapable of caring. I don't know if we can take this individual. Large go juice tolerance and an addictions. Two different addictions that are going to cause her to mental break and try and do prison breaks and stuff like that. She's got artery blockages, bad backs, bruises. And her skills, although they are excellent in melee and social, everything else is just eh. The traits are terrible as well. So, yeah, just really, I can't justify taking her. What I can do is strip her because Veronica is naked and would like clothing. Oh, apparently you had some go juice on you. So I'm going to force you to wear the clothing and then I'll unrestrict it. Now please do not inject the go juice. Please come and haul the stuff. Sorry, Shion. There's no point in rescuing her either, because the space refugee faction will never give us any kind of benefits whatsoever, so rescuing her and setting her free is just not going to give us anything good there. So, Veronica is no longer naked and indeed has some decent clothing, so we've managed to get rid of a little debuff there. We could do with getting rid of the hot debuff. You know what I might do, actually? We've set up this sort of fridge area here. I'm thinking maybe actually separate this bit here and just make this the battery room. Because we can still extend out our fridge out that way without issues. I'm just wondering where I'm going to put the battery room if I don't put it here, to be honest. So set some up like that and get ourselves some batteries in there. And that way we can start charging power. Because our wind turbines clearly are not going out all through the night. Get that monkey there. Butcher whatever we can from it. And we're just pretty much waiting for our potatoes to finish growing so that we can get those. We've actually nearly got a batch of heel root coming through. That's very nice. This is an issue. This right here is an argument for making our walls now, because they're eating our potatoes. And there's nothing I can do about it. If I shoot one of these boomalopes, sorry, they will just explode and burn down my farm anyway. But yeah. I think I've decided what I'm going to do as far as the defenses of the base are concerned. I'm thinking what I'll do is just have, instead of a kill box or anything that exploits the AI in a way that makes it too easy, I'll probably just have outer defenses. So I'd have, like, let me just use the planning tool. I would have a door like here maybe, and then from there we'd have sandbags all the way around. We could defend from there. We'd have gun turrets set up like that. So they can actually shoot from there. We're not forcing them into deadfall traps, although we can place some around that kind of area. Try to pick out where we think they're going to be, because I don't... This time around, I like to do it all the time, and I like to change things up this time around. And I don't want to build a min-maxy defense, if you get me. Which does mean that there is probably an ETA on the end of this run for me doing that, and I understand that. But that's fine, we can always start a new run. It's not the end of the world if we do that. And I'd like the extra strategy element from not doing those kinds of things. So we can't actually do any more of the microelectronics, anything further on, other than tube televisions in this case, because we do need the high-tech research bench produced. But we can now figure out, if I go to MISC, we can set up our stockpiles, essentially. So I think we want to go... Where do we want to place these? If we placed it there, then the wall would be like that. And that would be the size of our stockpile, essentially. So the entire beacon takes up the area, and if we want to expand, then we do the same thing, just one time over. I'm trying to think whether or not that 13, I think that needs a support in the middle in order for this to work. So I'll stick one there. I think that should be enough to support the entire roof. And we do need, of course, a door to get in there. So we'll have a door there and a door there for ease of access. Sorcerer's finally fully healed from all of the bruising. But for now, I want to stop doing that, because I want to get the battery room up and running first. So we've got a constant amount of power going, because this goes on and off constantly. So I want to make sure that this is running at all times. And I can't put a battery in there just yet. What I can do, actually, though, that being said, that's not technically true, because you can move batteries. So we can put one inside our kitchen temporarily, so that it is generating or storing electricity, and then when we finish our battery room, then I can just move it over to the other side, and that'll be just fine. These guys are ravaging my supplies. I'm not very happy with that. But we got a fair amount of heal root, which is really nice. Let's have a look, see how much we get in total. Oh, apparently that one's not finished. 21 extra medicine. Nice. On top of the 28 proper medicine we've got right now, we haven't even run out of our old stuff. That's really nice to see. I kind of want to have a 2 wide gap there. And then a door there. Cancel that. And then do the same on this side. There we go. Yeah, just have a 2 wide gap split between everything here, I think is what I want. Alright, well, they didn't even finish the battery, so I can hold off on that and just go boop, straight like that. Who is our constructor? Time. Come here, time. Work on the battery. Starvation. Veronica is starving to death. Alright, well, it's time we started hunting then, I guess. Veronica, have you got a weapon? You've got a club. Looks like Time is actually our hunter. It's really annoying, actually. Oh, Veronica's gone berserk. Are you... Yeah, you're, you are trying to attack time. There we go, we've solved it. Oh my god. Cobra revenge! Well, we'll allow Veronica to do the thing, because that will end up happening. Run! Run time! Oh my god, don't do it. Have you been bitten or anything? Nope, you managed to kill that Cobra without any issue. Nice. Just keep your distance from Veronica and we'll be fine. She'll end her rampage in no time at all. Just noticed that there is some berry bushes there. And until then, she'll just be incredibly annoying. No! Oh, for God's sake. Now she's got a gunshot. Thanks, time. Appreciate that. Dead. Alright. You've fired at her again, haven't you? Dead in 23 hours. Well, no. Oh, for God's sake. Can't store this alpaca. Corpses. Animal corpses. Now haul it. Haul it downwards. Good. Right, hopefully our break comes to an end. In fact, we've got knives and things like that. We do have a granite club here. Could give Tony the granite club and then just beat Veronica over the head with it. Might be worth doing. Oh, attacking the animals, are we? That works for me. I mean, if you kill them, then... Oh, there we go. Needs rescue. That's what we were hoping for. Right, rescue Veronica. The mace is pretty busted. So you can probably have that club. Set it to medical. And then our doctor is Tony. Tony, have we got you set to deal with this situation? Now we have. In theory, we should be fine with this. We're only on minor breaks now as well, which is nice. Is Veronica like, neurotic? But shouldn't be too bad. Right, that's finished there, so we can now start with our stockpile zone. Get that built. We've got quite a lot of narcotics in this colony now, which is interesting. Veronica's capable of walking again. Good. Just hopefully no injuries appear. We've almost got our potatoes ready to go, so you know what I'm also going to do? I'm going to set this room so that we can start cooling it. We'll go with double coolers because it is already incredibly hot outside. So I imagine freezing anything in here is going to be a little bit more difficult. Especially with just a single cooler. So we'll build two right off the bat. I'm fairly confident that we'll need both of those. Let's see. 1.07. 12 on the right foot gunshot. So there's a good chance that she gets an infection in some of there, but that being said, the quality of the bandage is perfectly good as well, so the healing rate on that's about as good as it can get. I would ask that you don't do any more of this, actually. Just focus on the fridge stuff there. And I'm not even going to set chop wood orders because I know it'll just stop somebody from doing it, which we don't want to do. I want to get our fridge up and running because we now have a harvest coming through. So freezing that is pretty good. Anyway, guys, I think that's actually where I'm going to leave off the episode. Veronica is now fully healed, so yeah, the medicine skill we set there was beautiful. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy the content and you want to see more, then be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon right next to the subscription button, and that will give you notifications when I release new videos. I do hope you've enjoyed, and in the next episode we'll check out that escape pod. Alright, guys, see you next time. Bye-bye.